What if I told you that sometimes selling everything you own could be the smartest financial decision of your life? It sounds radical, right? But for a growing number of Americans, true freedom isn't found in a sprawling mansion with a white picket fence. It's found in a simple, rented apartment by the lake. Welcome to a financial story that's not just about numbers, but about a real-life journey that's inspiring thousands across the country to rethink what wealth truly means. When I turned 62, a shocking realization hit me like a ton of bricks. I was living in a house that owned me, not the other way around. Every single month, a huge chunk of my hard-earned savings was vanishing into a black hole of property taxes, insurance premiums, and never-ending repairs. One month it was the water heater, the next it was the roof. My house, on paper, was worth nearly $500,000. It was supposed to be my castle, my symbol of success. But instead of giving me peace of mind, it was a source of constant pressure. Let's look at the numbers. I had about $480,000 saved up in various savings and retirement accounts. By most standards, that's enough to live comfortably, right? Yet I felt completely stuck. I wasn't broke, but I certainly wasn't free. My life felt like it was on pause, waiting for the next big expense to drain my funds and my energy. I was house rich, but life poor. And as I started talking to my friends, my neighbors, other people in my age group, I noticed a quiet, unspoken pattern. Many of them were in the same boat. They had these beautiful, large homes, but their lives felt small, confined within those same four walls. They had money in the bank, but they'd lost the joy of living. Their days were spent maintaining their property instead of pursuing their passions. So, one morning, I woke up and decided to do something everyone around me called crazy. I put my house up for sale. Yes, that house, Thor, the one where I raised my kids, the backdrop for countless birthday parties, holiday dinners, and tearful heart-to-hearts, the repository of decades of memories. Letting it go wasn't just a financial transaction, it was an emotional earthquake. It felt like I was selling a piece of my own identity, a chapter of my life story. Thor's sale sign on the lawn felt like a public announcement of failure, or at least that's what I feared people would think. But then, after the papers were signed and the keys were handed over, something incredible happened. I moved into a small two-bedroom rented apartment by the lake. At first, I won't lie, I felt a pang of embarrassment. Society drills into our heads from a young age that home ownership is the ultimate goal, the pinnacle of the American dream. Moving into a rental felt like taking a step backward. But that feeling didn't last long. Slowly, day by day, that embarrassment dissolved and was replaced by an overwhelming sense of relief. It was like a massive weight I didn't even know I was carrying had been lifted off my shoulders. Suddenly, there were no more property tax bills showing up in the mail. No more waking up in a panic to the sound of a leaking roof. No more weekends spent wrestling with a lawnmower or patching drywall. The clutter that had accumulated over 30 years, constant reminders of a life that had already passed, was gone. My life became simpler, lighter. The mental bandwidth that used to be occupied by home maintenance was suddenly free. So, what did I do with the money? This is where the strategy comes in. I took $300,000 from the house sale and invested it strategically. I didn't want to take big risks. I wanted consistency and reliability, so I put it into a diversified portfolio of high-quality, dividend-paying ETFs and some tax-advantaged municipal bonds. This combination created a steady, passive income stream of around $1,100 each month. Think about that for a second. That's passive income. Money coming in whether I worked or not. And it was enough to cover my rent, my groceries, and all my utilities. The financial pressure was just gone. The remaining money from the sale went into two separate buckets, to create a substantial cash reserve in a high-yield savings account, and laddered some short-term CDs. This became my peace of mind fund. This wasn't investment money. This was my safety net. It was there for emergencies, for unexpected travel opportunities, or just for a rainy day. Knowing that fund was there meant I didn't have to panic during market fluctuations or worry about a sudden expense. It was the financial security blanket I'd been craving for years. For the first time in what felt like a lifetime, I didn't wake up with a knot in my stomach, worrying about bills or the stock market. I woke up thinking, what do I want to do today? It was a profound shift. I finally visited my daughter in Oregon, a trip I'd been putting off for years because I was too busy or worried about leaving the house. I bought a new fishing rod and went fishing again, something I hadn't done in 20 years. I started volunteering at the local library, not because I needed something to do, but because I wanted to. I met new people, made new friends, and felt connected to my community in a way I never had before. And that's when the biggest lesson hit me. Retirement isn't about accumulating luxury. It's not about having the biggest house or the fanciest car. It's about freedom. It's about simplicity. It's about peace. Spend our entire lives collecting things, filling our homes and our garages, believing that more stuff equals more happiness. But at some point, a switch flips, and those things start collecting us. They demand our time, our energy, and our money. When you finally let go of what you don't truly need, you make space for what you truly value: experiences, relationships, and personal growth. Today, I own less than I ever have in my adult life, but I feel richer, more fulfilled, and happier than I ever imagined possible. So, if you're nearing retirement, or even just thinking about what your future looks like, here are a few key takeaways from this journey. First, don't fear downsizing. It's so often framed as a loss, but it's not. It's about gaining control over your finances and your life. It's a strategic move to unlock the equity you VA built and put it to work for you in a more efficient way. Second, focus on building passive income streams. Whether it's through dividend ETFs, municipal bonds, or even real estate investment trusts. Creating a steady flow of cash is the key to decoupling your lifestyle from market volatility. This is what buys you the freedom to stop worrying about money on a day-to-day basis. Third, always keep a peace of mind fund. Having a healthy cushion of cash and cash equivalents is what protects you from making emotional, panicked decisions during market downturns. It's the foundation upon which true financial security is built. It lets you sleep at night. And finally, remember this: financial freedom is emotional freedom. The two are inextricably linked. Getting your finances in order isn't just about spreadsheets and numbers. It's about designing a life that brings you joy and fulfillment. Retirement isn't the end of your financial journey. It's the reward for a lifetime of smart work and even smarter decisions. If this story resonated with you or made you think differently about retirement, please hit that subscribe button and join our community. And if you know someone who is planning their own retirement, share this video with them. You never know. One story, one idea, can be the spark that changes how we all think about money and life. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.